Hey everybody, it's Mike Young, lifestyle nutritionist with aPlantBasedDiet.org. Welcome to chapter 105 of my book, Live to 150. Now, some of you may be laughing or think this is silly, this chapter on sneezing, but it's something that I have thought about for a while, and I think is very important. And of course, nobody talks about this. And this book is about longevity, like the secrets to longevity. So we've got to bring up a few things that maybe you hadn't considered before, and I think this is one of them. Now, what's the purpose of sneezing? Everybody sneezes. Actually, if you're out there and you've never sneezed and you don't sneeze, let me know in the comments. But do you know how to sneeze properly? Has anybody talked to you about sneezing? Because I think my own theory is that most people sneeze wrong, and most people are actually harming themselves because they do not use proper techniques when they are sneezing. Now, let's go back to the purpose of sneezing. The purpose of sneezing is because your body has a method of clearing out things that are deep inside your lungs. All right. Sorry, this is moving a little bit my way. I'm going to make sure that's out of the way. And in order to clear things out of the lungs that are very, very deep inside the lungs, it needs to build up a tremendous amount of airspeed. And it just basically ushers all of that, the smallest, tiniest particles that are deep, deep in your lungs with all that force all the way out of your body. Now, what do most people do when it's time to sneeze? When you feel that, you start to prepare to stop that sneeze from happening, to like make sure, because usually you're just somewhere, anywhere, because your body's saying, okay, it's time to sneeze now. Usually you're around people and you don't want to look like, you want to minimize the whole sneeze, right? You don't want to draw attention to yourself. You don't want to be too loud. You don't want to get any kind of phlegm or snot or saliva or whatever might go out with the sneeze on anybody. So what do? You hold it back in as much as you can. You cover your arm, ideally it's your arm. Some people sneeze right into their hands and they shake somebody's hand. It's really counterproductive. But you know what I'm talking about. I think everybody is either taught that way intentionally, like there was somebody in their life, their parent or their caregiver said, this is how you sneeze. Or maybe they just watched others, and everyone does that, right? It's kind of like calling PIN, the personal identification number, a PIN number. Everybody says PIN number, but that's totally wrong. It's PIN. When you say PIN number, it's personal identification number. It doesn't make any sense, but that's just how people do it, right? Same thing with sneezing. It's just like it's like an unspoken thing. It's like a cultural thing, and that's all wrong. Everything I described to you about what you probably do when you sneeze and what other people have probably told you to do, or the format, the technique, is completely wrong. Because if your body is trying to get the smallest, tiniest harmful particles, because the smaller the particles are, the more harmful they are in your lungs, okay? They really are. And they're deep in your lung, and you need to develop all this massive airspeed. I think some sneezes are saying like over 100 miles an hour, some even 200 miles an hour, because your body's trying to force all that stuff out. Just get out, don't come back because you're bad. So what you need to do is you need to move away from people. This is what I try to do as over 50. And I used to try to do this before, but I realized that, it's not really socially acceptable. So people think this is weird no matter what you do. But as I've thought about it more and I've become wiser with the age of wisdom over 50, I'm like, I don't care, because my body is trying to get rid of stuff. There's got to be some negative repercussions if I block that attempt for my body in my lungs, which I need to in order to process oxygen and filter out crap out of the air. They're crucial, right? It's like the air filter and oxygen supply of my body. If that thing doesn't work right, all kinds of stuff's going to go wrong. So I don't want to block it. That's it. So what you do is when you have to sneeze and all of a sudden you're going to have to, like we know, you're around all these people, you move away from people right away. You start moving away from them, because the idea is you want to let all that out with the full force of the maximum airspeed that your body can develop, which is exactly the opposite of what you've probably been doing, which is slowing down the airspeed and blocking any kind of exhaust from going out of your body, because you didn't want to hit somebody or get on something or whatever. And using this method too, if you're trying to develop the full airspeed, you're not going to want to put your arm or hands or anything. So it won't matter if there's a little bit of phlegm or saliva or whatever in there. And it's okay. It's going to be incidental to the primary purpose of that sneeze, which is to clear and clean your lungs out in a way that they cannot do any other way. And do you think, by the way, if you keep blocking your sneezes, your body's going to keep trying to force the sneeze out? Probably not. Okay, it's going to learn fast that you don't want to do that, even though it wants to do that. So just give your body the benefit of the doubt. And when that sneeze starts to happen, just let it out. Step away from people and just really just let it out. Okay, just get completely away from people so that no surfaces will be messed up, and you won't have to worry about getting anything on you. You can shake people's hands, you can do whatever. And I'd say as soon as you're done letting that sneeze out, like, shoo, you want to kind of walk in the other direction. You don't want to walk into all the bacteria and dust and fine particles and who knows what liquids that came out with that. So you just got to be mindful. And of course, try not to sneeze on like a chair where somebody's going to sit or something like that, or try not to sneeze in an area where within a few seconds someone's going to walk right into that. So I'm sure no one's probably ever talked to you about this, right? But like I said, this I believe is important. I believe that who knows how many people have become sick or died due to lung issues because they always trapped or restricted their sneezes. I'm sure there's no studies on this. There's no stats that were kept, but I think it's a significant amount. Let me know in the comments what you think below. And actually, I want to do some videos of my own on YouTube that are going to be separate from this book, where I actually get Denise or somebody else to record me when I can have enough time. Say, here, take my phone, record me. I'm going to do a sneeze. I want to show people what a proper sneeze is, not the or whatever, like the total muffled, like blocked attempt of your body to remove waste. That's what it is. It's waste. Okay, so you do not want to block it. It's like you have to go number 2 or number 1. You're just going to kind of hold it and stop. That's bad. The same thing is true with your lungs. It's just as bad, only on a different level. So don't do that. So let me know your thoughts. I'll be very happy to see what you guys have to think about this. If you've changed and started doing this, let me know in the comments as well. I want to hear what the reaction of people around you. I definitely want to hear that. And of course, if you got any value out of this, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you'll be notified of the next chapter. We'll see you in the next chapter. Bye-bye.